Hello and welcome to another Weekly 3 with Tony T. I'm Tony Trongone, Superintendent, Millville Public Schools. In this video, we will cover 3 topics, as always. Number 1 is the mask mandate update. Number 2, our listening tour that I've been on. And number 3, the National School Counseling Week. Our first topic is a mask mandate update. On Monday, the governor of New Jersey announced that the statewide mask mandate will be lifted effective March 7, 2022. In his press conference, the governor cited several reasons for this decision, including a significant decline in the number of positive cases in the state and steadily increasing number of vaccinations. So what does this mean for Millville? We are currently awaiting guidance from the New Jersey Department of Health and Education before we make any decisions for the district. Per the state, masks will never be completely banned in our schools, so please keep that in mind. To read the full statement from the governor, use the link or QR code on your screen. I'm aware there is a spectrum of opinions about mask wearing, so I ask that you please be patient and respectful as we make this changeover. The end of this mandate will require planning and discussion so we can be ready in March. There'll be no changes to our current protocols before the March 7th date, so it's important that our students and staff continue to adhere to existing requirements. We will share information once we have prepared a plan to move forward. Our second topic is my Superintendent's Listening Tour. Back in October, I began this tour of our schools at Millville High School. My plan was to meet with 2 important groups of stakeholders, our staff and our students. On Monday, I visited my final building in this cycle of visiting tours to gather feedback about the Child Family Center. I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone that attended these focus groups. My intention was to always listen and learn from our staff and families about what our district and schools are doing well and what potential issues need to be addressed. To the people that volunteered their time to take part in these conversations, thank you for being so open and willing to express your thoughts. So what now? So far, we have compiled the input from all of our focus groups and shared the information with the appropriate building principals as well as top-level district administration. The plan was to take action on what could be done immediately and begin working on the larger issues that would take more time. For our next steps, I am planning on hosting some student focus groups at the secondary level. Our older students have ideas and insight to share that are just as valuable, so I want to make sure that they are included in this process. Finally, the information I've gathered will be shared with our Board of Education to help inform our next strategic plan. There'll be more information coming soon about how you can be involved with this planning. Thank you again to everyone for coming out and meeting with me. Our last topic is the National School Counseling Week. This event is celebrated every year as a way to highlight the importance of school counselors in the lives of our students. Our counselors spend every day working with students to ensure not only their academic success, but their social and emotional wellness. I think I speak for everyone in saying that our counselors have been working overtime these past 2 years to support our students in the face of unprecedented challenges and levels of stress we have never seen before. They are truly our superheroes. Every day this week, we featured elementary and secondary school counselors on our district social media. If you follow us, which you should, you might have learned something new about your child's counselor. You can still check out these features if you access our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram accounts. On this slide, you can see all the counselors featured on our social media this week. I'd like to send a special thank you to Kim Hallenbach, our K-12 Head of Guidance, for putting all of this together. And thank you, counselors. And now for some upcoming events. Wednesday, February 16th is an early dismissal for all schools. Also, we'll have the all-city concert at the Lakeside Performing Arts Center at 7 p.m. And we'll have a virtual meeting for 8th grade families at 7 p.m. On Monday, February 21st, all schools will be closed for President's Day, and Monday, February 28th, will be our scheduled board meeting at 7 p.m. And now for this week's shout-outs. Our first shout-out is to our Board of Education. We had to have a special board meeting this past Monday in order for a board to approve positions that needed to be filled. And everyone knows about the current situation education is across the country. And so we have to more or less hustle and make sure we have staff that are going to be in front of our children. And so our board members who are unpaid volunteers attended a meeting this past Monday to expedite this particular process so we could have students have adults in front of them so they continue their learning. And so shout out to the board for putting kids first. And the next shout out is almost related to the previous shout out in regard to staffing. One of the issues is not only staffing, but a lack of substitutes. And so our board also approved the position of a sub-coordinator that can help advocate for Millville Public Schools and then recruit substitutes and fill that pool so when our teachers and staff are absent, there are people who can fill that need that day or that week. And that person is Jen SEITZ. And she has a tall task at hand to meet her goals and our goals and having a greater number of people in our substitute pool to meet the needs of the district. So I want to welcome Jen SEITZ and also let her know that a lot of people are going to be behind her and the Human Resources Department in attaining that goal of creating a bigger pool of substitute coverage. Welcome, Jen. And as always, go Bolts.